Okay, welcome back to Inside the Slot with Movie and Smelly. We're here, episode 4.
Isn't
that crazy?
Let's go.
We finished our college Cheez-It tour. It's crazy. I feel like just yesterday I was on a podcast on KFC Radio or Joey and Pat's pod. I forget.
Or Jack and Jim.
Or Jack and Jim being like, you know what? We're actually going on another Cheez-It tour. Now it's fucking done.
Or the first time we were on a podcast together at BFS.
Yeah, that was literally crazy.
That was crazy.
And we mentioned the Cheez-It tour on it, and now it's literally
we didn't even know if it was really going to happen then. Now.
No.
So we're
this summer was the chillest summer ever, and Kelly and I had so many moments where we were like, wow, I think things are going to pick up in the fall. We didn't know how much they were going to
they picked up fast, hard, and strong.
Yeah, and it was so much fun. And this past weekend, we were at Notre Dame. And
the final.
I'm so happy we ended on Notre Dame. Honestly, I think the bar that we did it at was one of the most well-ran of the events that we did.
100%.
Shout out Twisted Tea. You guys.
Shout out Noofs.
Killed it.
New Finnays, which... Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It was so much fun. And they set up a dance floor for us, or I would say a stage for us, and it was actually 2x2. But we'll get into
give us a little room.
The whole thing. So we arrived. Our big thing was arriving Thursday nights, and we arrived Thursday night after a lot of complications at the airport.
And it was crazy because this entire time we had zero problems with anything, and that's always how it goes. You're so smooth sailing, and then right at the end you hit a big wave, and we missed 3 of our flights or 2 of our flights.
Well, they got delayed. We didn't miss them.
Yeah, but we would have missed the layover.
Yeah, but it was because of LaGuardia's fault. It was completely their fault. We were literally okay,
traffic.
Why don't we try to fly into this Indiana place? Why do we fly into Grand Rapids? Why don't we fly here? We were trying to pivot.
We're all pulling up the Delta app, coming up with many solutions.
We ended up flying into Grand Rapids and getting picked up there, which was 2 hours away from South Bend, so it was kind of crazy.
What was that place that we almost flew into that was called that fun name?
I forget.
It was Coca-Lava.
I don't know, but Ben, shout out Ben. He's obsessed with Delta Miles and obsessed with the Delta app.
He can fly to Tampa right now for $11.
He can, and he told us that he did. And so basically, since our flight, we were going to catch the 6 p.m. flight, but the Grand Rapids one actually was moved to 8 p.m., we decided to get a few bottles back. It was our last trip, so we were let's get in the slot.
The operative word in that sentence being bottles.
Yes.
We had 3 bottles. All of a sudden, me and Maddie are on the plane trying to film this insane TikTok music
Oh my
video.
God, I'm so happy it was never released. It was literally, there's this song that Kelly and I are obsessed with right now called Famous, and it's I would call you out, but I don't want to make you famous. Write you in a song, but why should they know what your name is? And Kelly and I have some invisible ops out there that we'll get to eventually in our life here.
Yeah.
Maybe Inside the Slot 100, episode 100. But
it made us feel valid. I felt valid for our decisions of never to talk about in the past.
Yeah,
Anyway, I love the song.
The TikTok was
not that deep, but yeah, I love it.
Regardless, Kelly does this thing where she's it gets a little uncomfortable with what she's saying, and then she's and I'm like, just at that point, keep the volume the same because I'd rather you not fade out.
I mean, I'm lucky because when I do it with Maddie, I know she knows, but when I do
some
that
people don't even understand it.
I'm just it's fading out, and then it's what were you saying? I'm I don't know.
In any other terms, we were filmed this TikTok tipsy. It was cringy. We both had the exit row to ourselves. We were just I don't know, the vibes were off. I journaled on that airplane ride, and
got some funny footage.
I was tipsy, me looking back at the journal entry. Now I can't even read it. I literally can't even read it. I'm oh, I don't know.
She was doing one of these soft smiles where you can I could tell that she was tipsy, and she's
I was literally crying I was wiping my tears away. I reread the message that President Wyman, our old president of Marist College, he emailed me after. So basically this is such a side story from the night, but my senior year, obviously, because I was graduating, walking across the stage, everyone walked across the stage and just hand shook the president.
Hand shook him.
Whatever.
Hand shook him.
Hand shook him. Gave him a handshake.
Hand shook him.
I walked across, and do you remember what I did?
And you hugged him.
Yes.
She was the only one that hugged him.
For whatever godforsaken reason, and someone, my friend Delaney said, someone behind her was like, did she just give him a hug? Meanwhile, like, I don't know. I had a good connection with the president because we did some videos together.
He had together.
Yeah, he admired my like bringing awareness to Maris sort of vibe. And I hugged the president and we went out that night and I got an email in the line to go to Mahoney's, the infamous Irish pub. Hi, Sam.
You have to talk about how like you were nervous about the hug, like after like it happened. Like,
yes.
I've not done it. Like she was like, all of a sudden she's like,
well, I didn't, truth be told, I didn't think twice about it until people were like, why'd you hug him? And I was like, oh shit, I don't know why I did.
Honestly, I didn't really notice either. I was just like, yeah.
Yeah. And then like my parents were like, oh, nice hug, blah, blah, blah. In the Mahoney's line, I get an email from this fucking man and I resurfaced it and it made me emotional because it was so reassuring in like all my doubts recently that I've like, not doubts, I never doubt myself, but like in last episode I was like saying that I've been like mentally kind of like in a wonky tonk. It's the end of our tour. There's a lot of things. And like in the most like there's a line in this email that's like,
read it to us.
I'm like, should I read the whole thing? I think it's a little long, but I'll read you my favorite part about it. And let me find it.
It also speaks a lot of volume, I think, to Maddie and who she is as a person, because this is a man who's a president of an entire school and has so many students on his plate. And, you know, like that moment, he hand shook so many people at graduation, but he was, you know, like he remembered Maddie's hug.
He remembered it. So this email was sent to me. From the president to me, the titled or subject line, a most welcomed hug at 11:12 p.m. So I was tipsy in the bar line and going to the bar. It's a whole intro, and he's like, thanks for breaking the mold with a straight up hug on stage. In 3 years and about 5,000 standard garden variety handshakes, you're the first. I so love spontaneous moments on stage. I appreciated that more than you can know. Thank you. I hope that you had an awesome day with family and friends. Congrats. This is the paragraph that gets me. Because as you know, I'm a huge advocate of stay true to you, do your thing. As you noted in our B2F, B2F is the podcast I went on with him. Just be you is such great advice. And no one I've ever come across lives that more than you. In my small way, I try to do that myself in this crazy job I have. One that there's no training manual for, and one that I never imagined that would be in the cards for me. I love Maris and this job and do it way differently than most college presidents and totally in the Maddie Schrader spirit because I don't know any other way and would be bored to tears if I tried. Be you, be present, be fun, be funny, be real, be approachable, and be humble. The rest takes care of itself. I'll never do any of this to your level, not even close. But directionally, we are at least in the same general zip code, well, time zone, hemisphere, maybe, ... Can't wait to see where you go from here. Please keep in touch, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh,
in the same slot.
Yeah, like my face is getting red because like it gets me like literally emotional. Like all of a sudden my president. So
that's so heartfelt.
I like to imagine he was like a few beers deep writing that, and he's like, the Maddie Schrader just be you way, and like, oh, thank you. I mean, so much.
100%, and also like. Like I just said before, but like the fact that he like remembered all of that about you, like he went on that podcast how many times?
I know.
Talked to how many students who had different roles at the school, and like he's
literally.
like, yo, but this movie girl,
and like that hug was genuinely just me being me, and like I just didn't think twice about it, and like that goes to show like stay true to you, and that's how I was getting emotional on the plane to South Bend journaling.
But I like that you looked back on that. Like I feel like that's good to like have some text or like some kind of memorabilia that
I agree.
Look back at,
because also when you get so in this job and this life and go, you not forget obviously where you came from, never forget your roots, but like that even in the heat of that, when I got that email, I was also in the thick of things and didn't really take the time. Now I think looking back on it now, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I've never lost myself, you know?
Like, have you ever like gone through the phase where like I was like moving this past year and I like went through my old senior high school yearbook and like you're like reading all like the little notes from everyone?
Yeah, so like have you seen the TikToks where it's like you know when you're cleaning out your room and it's like a girl walking through a room and someone with like a cowboy hat and like reading a letter, and it's like I hate the way you treat me, I hate the way you lie, like reading from that. Yes.
That's such a good one. Yeah, literally. All of a sudden, Sally's like, and every time you'd walk in and wish me good morning, it made my day every day.
You're like, where are you now, Sally?
Yeah, like, but I feel like it's so good to look back on those.
Totally. It's just crazy because life really truly moves so fast.
And it's so funny too because like that email you got at like the end of college era, and now like this is like the end of Cheez-It era.
And now it's like looking back. Era, and I've been saying stay true to you.
College of Cheez-It from the POC.
All of a sudden I'm like,
cheese.
Slot can be so many things, and we'll have a dedicated episode. But I think I've been really kind of obsessed with the idea that like the slot. So obviously I'm like, here's the merch. You can't really see. Don't worry. Yeah, we didn't even talk about they were in the fishbowl radio room.
Oh yeah.
Don't got our own.
We like to keep it. We like to stay on our toes here. We don't like to be locked down to one area.
Check it.
Get it, girl. Drop it.
It's embroidered.
Yeah.
Matching sweatpants.
Got a little pocket up in here.
And it's so cute. I'm obsessed with it. So basically, I've been.
Allison did good on this one. Get it. Anyway,
there you go. So, I've been reaching out to influencers to like send them a care package for Black Friday or whatever, and I was like, okay, how can I like design this for them instead of being like, what's your preferred sizing and shipping address? I was like, hey, blank, I think you're really, or I would love to send you some in the slot. And in the slot sweat set, I think you really embody the baddie slot or the empowerment slot or the workout slot. Like which influencer I was, the outdoors slot.
Yeah. The makeup guru slot.
So there's many slots.
Yeah. I think that like something like, I don't know if like people get this from Mads' social media and stuff, but like she is a #1 manifester, and like
true.
Yesterday was 11/11, and like they say
the portal was open.
Yes, and like she like Maddie has manifested so much, and like we say it all the time, but like she puts things out in the universe, and like whether it's like written in her journal or just like out loud, and like she speaks it so much and has so much confidence in it, and then like it literally, like, obviously not every single one comes true in like the given time, but like so many of them come true or get her one step closer to it. And it's like such a cool thing to have had watched and like observed. And I'm like I was never really personally a manifester, but like I've been
I feel like I'm rubbing off a little.
Yeah.
I also just think that it's just a way of living. It's just like, why put out like, oh, this isn't gonna work or that's not gonna work, when like, oh, what if it does? Or I am achieving this. I am like, and I've shared my Barstool internship journal, and it's literally insane the difference of where I am now to that journal. And like I've been trying, and it's not to say that I've done it every day consistently, because recently I've been a little lost on like my new aspirations, and I think in the slot means so much more to me than the tipsy slot, or obviously the perfect level of drunk. It's a great term for that. Yeah. But I think our next phase could be like bringing people on the pod. Let's talk about what the slot means too. What's your slot that you live in? Or like today we're bringing in a encouragement slot pod, or like maybe in the slot, just get thrown to the slot and it's a clothing brand. Like there's so many ways that we can turn it around, and all of a sudden it's like the Park X slot collab.
Yeah.
Set active
slot.
Yeah.
Love Shank fancy
slot. I think Kelly and I are young and obviously have many aspirations, but like also we're going to Arkansas tomorrow to do a University of Arkansas live show sort of thing. We're going literally alone with one security man, and we're just gonna go and
the
talk.
Boy Mike. Yeah.
And I think what we're talking about now is a little bit of a taste of what we're gonna get into during that show, but you have to go to the University of Arkansas to come, and I don't know if I can really promote it. So let's continue on past the plane, past the slot.
So we landed in Chicago.
Borderline drunk, and so we got picked up.
Yeah, we got picked up by Mark because he was really goated this past weekend.
He's a security man.
Yes, he
Ben, one of our videographers, like passes out in the back, and like down goes one. Poor Josh in the front seat had to talk to Mark the entire time. Yeah. Kelly and I were on our phones.
We were up for a little bit.
Kelly fell asleep too.
Yeah, the BFFs podcast just dropped.
So we were learning the lore.
And then
about that scumbag.
Yeah, that little small teensy mouse of a
McGee.
Man.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Regardless.
So, but then I, unfortunately, at times, especially if I'm sitting up, snore. And I was having a lot of nerves afterwards falling asleep in that car because I had my big Beats AirPlugs on.
Everyone was listening.
I was just like, well, Mark and Josh weren't. And what if I was out loud snoring on decibel
You did
10?
say, like, I think I'm drooling.
Yeah, so.
But it was fine.
Whatever.
But do you remember when, okay, so we get out of the car, we get into the hotel, we meet the front desk man, which, by the way, we have to show Peyton before or whoever's editing the vlog. Or Notre Dame.
What the heck did you just say?
Who's ever editing the vlog? You put clips in our shared album, and one of the vlogs that we recorded when we were wine drunk that night is in there, and we're talking about when Eric. So the hotel front desk man was named Eric.
Was a character.
It was like we're in the office. We all get there borderline hammered. We're all checking in separately. He gives us a map. He like draws where the campus is on the map.
Now too, like it's late.
Do you remember what he said about? He said something to us, and we were crying, and I reenacted it in this video.
Was he like saying like, "Fuck Douglas, don't go down Douglas,
yeah,
go to Angela"?
Yeah.
He like literally like busted out like an entire map, and not like that was so kind of him, but like like. I hate to be like this, but like we all have phones, and like we'll probably use our phone to do the directions or ways or whatever. And he's coming around here with a map, circling and showing what roads we should be going down. And like he was also just like he like thought that like I was the only one checking in for like all 4 of the people that we were with. And then like he was so surprised that Maddie then checked in. And the
he was there.
Person, like
he worked the night shift every night.
Yeah.
That's it. Wait, I'm gonna try to play. I'm gonna see if you can hear it.
For the office, he was like, "Do not turn on Douglas." I was like, and proceeded to this coffee room. We were like, hold on.
Meanwhile, we're literally fucking hammered, and I'm wearing my Luck of the Irish boxers.
She's
and
literally
sports
wearing
bra.
her boxers, and she looks so silly because they're so big on her.
Anyways, we wake up and we're like, Jesus, I think I'm hungover from the next day. But we got to sleep in both days, which was great because it was a 7 p.m. game. And then honestly, on the Fridays, you don't really have to record much. But it was our Twisted Tea party that night.
Mm-hmm. So we were just like, let's go around campus. We had to go hit up the bookstore, which let me tell you, that bookstore felt like Magic Kingdom Disney at its peak.
It was literally an entertainment attraction. There was if you need anything from Notre Dame, everything is in there.
There was you could have gotten like a literal like tattoo on yourself that said like South Bend.
There was like an embroidery station, and then get your designated cup, and then also you want the sunscreen and the matching chapstick. Yeah. Oh, there's 3 stories upstairs. Here's the Lululemon section. Oh, you want a Guinness too? Yeah.
And like compared to going to like a school like Marist, where like the bookstore is
like
as big as this room. It's literally as big as this room, and like
it's almost like not even advertised. It's like not even good.
Yeah, like the most diverse thing they have is like Marist grandma, and then you have in here like Marist grandkids, stepdad, father's son. Like they have everything possible.
Kelly and I were really like getting all of a sudden. We're like, "Are you feeling a little woozy in here?
Yeah.
Or do you have a headache?"
And, like we're also dramatic, but like I swear to God, at one point, like I was like, I'm seeing stars. Like I need to sit down for a second. I was really hot, and I was like, I can't.
And you remember Ben was with us, and he was like, we need to get out of here. Like find a green sweatshirt. He was also getting like
we also like I always this thing where like I have like something specific in my head, especially when it comes to like clothes that like I want or that like I vision myself wearing, and then like when I can't find it.
Wait, let's just say that I said, what about this sweatshirt? And then 45 minutes later, we ended up getting the same sweatshirt after Kelly took us around the whole thing to find a different one. Any
to make sure the perfect one wasn't out there.
Yeah, which I respect. And I honestly wanted to see more options too, but every minute we spent in there, we were deteriorating. So then we got out, we left, and
this campus though was just like so pretty, and like it was so like peaceful and zen. And like when we got there, like there was also like it's a Catholic school, that's a private school, and that was like the only Catholic private school we go to. So like it was
really smaller than we expected.
Yes, too. It was smaller. Jack Mac did a little.
Why is he walking like that?
But we didn't want to record in front of anything and like be disrespectful.
Yeah, all of a sudden we're like, wait, is this like? You look up on every building, there's the Virgin Mary, there's Jesus on
his
the grotto
cross.
where people are praying. We didn't want to disturb the peace.
And like we're in front of like this dome where like the Virgin Mary's on top of, or like there's someone on top
Grotto.
of them. And like we're not gonna go in front of them and be like, give me head, bah.
We're like, we're like, we're here to find the 2024. So we just sort of laid low that
Something
day.
about that didn't sit right.
No. And we needed to
No.
get out of there. We needed to get out of there because low-key time was getting eaten up. For some reason, from the bookstore, from not knowing where we were. We saw Touchdown Jesus, which was really cool.
He was huge. Also, too, we ended up donating to this breast cancer foundation.
Holy, Kelly just like buffered. She's like, Kelly literally said like this, breast cancer. So your brain's like,
I really lost train, but anyway,
what? Okay,
we take it over.
Okay, we were. Oh my God, we were.
Situate myself.
We were walking, and these gyms recognized us, and they were a part of this breast cancer awareness like table where you could donate money, and they also had like a
barn bash,
a petting zoo. Yeah, it was called the Barn Bash. You didn't even know. I donated. So let me just put it on the record. I donated like $65 to Penn State and then another fucking $30 to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I mean,
all of a sudden she's the picture perfect face of charity out here.
But they
look, she's blushing.
I know. I'm also really hot because I have a long sleeve underneath this sweatshirt.
Okay, she's hot.
Regardless,
you got a gray shirt under. I wonder if you got sweat.
That's it. So we went to the petting zoo and we saw sheep, a cow, a
llama,
donkey.
the little pony
was so cute. And they're like, oh, could you say sit on it for our Instagram page? We're like, oh, hell yeah. So we say sit on it. And then all of a sudden the guy who owns the animal is like, you want to sit on it?
He's like, what did you just say? You want to sit on it?
And we're like, hell yeah, we do. And then it felt really wrong. All of a sudden we're sitting in this like 2x2 foot pen with two sheep underneath our legs. And they're like, and we're like, oh my God.
Like, our legs are touching both on the sheep and like they can't go forward or back. And like, I don't think they liked it. And all of a sudden we're like, I feel like I was like riding a sheep. Like I'm like trying to stay on. And I'm trying to duck from the fan.
And then all of a sudden the man's like, hold still, Jeremy. And we're like, Jesus Christ. It felt weird.
He's in there with us too. And I was like, we should have gone with the pony. We should have gone with the pony.
So we got off that quick. It wasn't, Friday was the main focus was the It Girl Party. The It Girl Party was so fun. It was at Finney's, which is Noofs, because there's two Finneys, so they call one Noofs and one Olfs.
One was the new Finney's, one's the old Finney's.
Oh, we get there. There's a whole stage set up. We have the green room. We like this manager Mary's like, we've never had more people excited for this. We were so into. We wore Twisted Tea jerseys.
Yes, we pre-gamed with our Twisted Tea.
We pre-gamed with our vodka too. So we just like we got in the slot.
Yeah,
we go to the green room first, and we go to the green room first, and we're like just chugging drinks. I guess we have like our own personal bar.
Yeah, we were just getting a little liquid courage because everyone needs that once in a while.
Hell yeah! Fast forward, we do what we did every other weekend, and like going into the sun, I was like, maybe we shouldn't be on stage for 7 hours dancing like last time at Penn State.
Yeah.
Guess what we did? 7 hours. We told Ben, our helper, our videographer. I mean, I don't even know what to call him anymore. Our friend
who has a camera, Ben.
And we said, could you give us like the 30-minute warning every 30 minutes? Okay, long story short, he's like, 30. We're like, nah, I gotta keep going. He's like, an hour. We're like, keep going. An hour 30. 2 hours. 2.5, and we're just still up there.
We're still up there, and like, these parties, like someone asked us when we were at Notre Dame, like earlier in the day on Friday, they're like, we want to come to Noofs, but like we don't know if the line's worth it. Like, what do you guys do when you're up there?
We're like, what do you mean? We just fucking dance.
We dance.
We literally
and we party. Like, we're not up there telling jokes. We're not up there to stop the show. Like, we're up there as you're
get the party started. We're every DJ's fucking dream. Okay, we're not looking at like they're not looking at the DJ. They're looking at us, and we're getting the party rowdy.
Yeah, we're getting those hands.
This one girl we kept like referring back to because she was like, "What do you guys do up there?" And I was like, "We pour Twisted Tea in people's mouths." And she's like, "Are you for real?" And we were like, yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So that was hilarious. Yeah, basically, we were up there. We fucking were up there for 75 hours. Yeah. We leave. We take a hiatus back to the green room. Yes. This is where Kelly gets a marvelous idea.
But before this, at this point too, like me and Maddie were talking about this next day. Like I got sneaky drunk. Like I
was going to say you were definitely in more of the slot than me.
Yeah. Like I I had these past few Twisted Tea parties we did, like I'd been good at like staying in the perfect slot. This one a little deeper.
Well, here's the thing about Kelly is like any person who challenges her in a shotgun, she 100% is going to challenge them back. I literally is like, some people are like, can I shotgun with you? And I'm literally like, no, I can't. I'm not good at shotgunning, and also I can't do it. I need to take these off.
No, yeah, I literally can't say no, and then too, like I don't want to be a fraud. So like in my head, like I actually have to chug the entire
It's like a competitive
thing.
challenge with herself.
Yeah, like it's not. It has nothing to do with anyone else. Like it's literally with me. And you know, my mom asked me this weekend. She's like, Kelly, like I want to ask. Like I see all these Twisted Tea videos. Like, is someone asking you to shotgun all those, or like how come like it's a lot more? Like, is Maddie doing them too? Like
You're like, honestly, she's not.
I'm like, no. And then she's like, because it's really making like she looks like a lot more like innocent than you in these, like you look like really like you're like the chugger, and I'm like, I think I am. I was like, I don't. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm saying I think I am. Like, I know.
I think you definitely embody more of like, I'll challenge people in it, because at the end of the day, I just am bad at it. Feel like maybe I'll do like 2 a show. Kelly will do like 10. Also, she also like shot, which is, I'm not saying this is a bad thing.
No, it's
at
not
all.
a bad.
But. And then she'll like try, like I'm really good at like faking a shot, and then like she'll not. But like,
I try and like do it. Like Maddie's a lot. Like there's nothing bad about either way it goes.
No,
like, she's
part of me is like,
you're
fuck,
better
maybe
though
one
at like
day.
knowing your limits and boundaries and being like, all right, like I'm not gonna do this one. But meanwhile, for me, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Like it probably won't hurt, but like sometimes it does. And I was trying to be like Maddie in the sense where like I was trying not to take all the shots, because I was like, I just shotgun 3 times in a row. I don't need to take this tequila shot. So I was trying to do what Maddie does and like dump it out. And I took it back and then I spit it back into my cup, and it sprayed up in my eyes, and my eyes were literally on fire.
Yeah, and
like,
then people are like, Mark's like, do you need water, Kelly? And she's like, no, I'm good. And Ben's like, take the water, Kelly. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're on a stage that, like, you'll see the videos. It's not even like, it's probably 1.5 feet, like length, like width, and like length's like 6 feet.
Yeah.
And we're like, I'm trying to like keep getting Kelly to like go. Like, I'm on the left side for so long, and then I wanted to swap and her go on the left side. But we're just like, when you're up there for so long, there's no chatting. There's no chit chatter.
No. Like, you know those nights out where you go to a bar with your friends and it's a dance bar, and you realize like you didn't talk for 45 minutes. Like you can't hear each other of the music. And I literally asked,
There's not even a point to doing
like,
it.
Did we talk last night?
I'm like, no, bro, we didn't.
Anyways, we go to the green room.
We go to the green room. I'm like, we took like an hour in there, honestly. And it was the first time we actually like had a break.
Yeah, we had to go to the bathroom.
Sweating. We're like just a little.
Some friends in.
We get in the green room. We have some friends in there. We're just rehashing. And Kelly gets this amazing idea to play the diss track. We all think it's a pretty good idea. I wanted to play the diss track as well, but I also knew in the back of my head that it was like
2 a.m.
2 a.m. at this point. We had 1 more hour to spare out there. Everyone's drunk. The diss track just came out. I'm not sure if everyone knows the words yet. We're like in Notre Dame, bunch of Catholic kids. Like we were determined to get the diss track and play it, and we did. We ended up
disrupted Peyton in her sleep at like 2 a.m. because we were like, we need this audio. Like you don't get it.
Need to play it.
Like, Maddie, I'm like looking at Maddie. I'm like, I'm so confident. I'm like, this is gonna go viral.
She's like, tell the Noofs woman it's gonna go viral.
I'm like, it's gonna go viral. Like this must happen.
In the back of my head, I'm like, they're not gonna know it. She's literally we're literally rehearsing the lyrics, getting ready. Okay, picture this. We walk downstairs for round 2. I look down, like there's a way that you can look down and see the dance floor from the top, and I'm like, fuck, the dance floor's clearing out. There's already not as many people on the dance floor. We get out there. Ben's doing everything in his power to get this song to play, and it's like 3 times he's like, oh, it's about to play, and then it doesn't. It's about to play. Then he gives us a look. He's like, it's about to play. So we grab the mic and we're like, y'all want to hear a diss track?
Who's ready?
Hey. They just think we're saying, like, for what they know, they probably think we're saying, like, see the Sally. They're like, yeah. They also go wild. Then this starts playing. You're insecure.
It's like dun dun dun.
Yeah, the beat in the beginning.
Dun, dun, dun,
We're like, oh my God, cut it. There's a picture
no,
of Kelly, and she gives this like fucking death stare back to bed. And
I'm
he's
literally
like,
terrified. Like that is the worst thing that could have possibly played. Like out of all songs in the universe, What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction,
so funny.
let alone 2. Then in my head, like I'm also at this point like catastrophizing, and I'm like, and Liam Payne just passed away, and now
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, these assholes, like.
Yeah, meanwhile,
first
no
of all,
one
no
in
one
front of us
cared.
even knew
No
what was
one
going
cared,
on.
yeah.
Then the diss track plays. The main lyrics that I really do know are Tinder bum Mariah, got that bitch on fire, Lego head freak, whatever the hell. It's a great diss track, but after those two lines come in, are like, na, 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 and we have the mic in front of us. Kelly had it the whole time. We're trying to get the crowd hype in front of us. It was literally the
I
definition.
never have to see that footage.
It was the
I
definition of the
never-
crowd goes mild.
Sorry, ever just the crowd. That's what the crowd goes
Mild. But I think they appreciated it, and we appreciated like
Yeah.
singing it for Brie, and it was just like really
Yeah.
fun. But after, okay, fast forward, after that explosion,
Thankfully.
I told the DJ, I'm like, yo, play Chris Lake, like Chris Lake, hard EDM. He starts playing this hard EDM music, and like
Literally looks at her,
with
he's like,
every beat
I
drop.
love you.
Yeah, because he was wearing an Eagles jersey, so I was like, go Birds and play EDM. He was like, I'm in love with you.
Meanwhile, like, I don't even, at this point, like, oh no, what else?
It's a little shoddy for Kelly.
It's a little.
With every beat drop that he plays, like one group of people walks out of the building. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, maybe it wasn't the vibe. Because it's 2:45 in the morning. We should be gone.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, like, too, like, you have to remember, like, in our old college, yeah, like, we would close out that bar, but like this, we didn't.
But we weren't being the
isn't our bar.
entertainers that, like at Mahoney's, we were just like another, like, this is.
Another motley crew up in
We
there,
didn't
but-
have to be on stage and perform for that
No,
long.
no one asked that. That was just on our own. All of a sudden, like where I it gets a little shoddy after the diss track. Like I guess those like 30 minutes. But where I come back into light is like I remember I'm like I did it my
Basically, the
way.
bar plays My Way as their closing song because it's 3 a.m. So all the lights go on.
Yes.
My Way starts playing.
Mhm.
And we are like eyes closed, like on this fucking 6 by 1.5 foot thing that they built for us.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did it my
Really,
way.
like looking at Maddie, like we're like.
We look down, there's one person in front of
There's
us.
one person in front of us, and like we didn't know, like we've never been to this bar before. We didn't know that was their closing song. So I'm like, we're
Yeah,
like
but the
looking at like our
lights-
security guards,
but
like
the
Mark
lights
that are
were
into
on.
it. Yeah,
So we kind of knew.
yeah.
But we were like, they were everything. It's just nothing good happens after 2:45. So we got the hell out of there and passed out and woke up for game day.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's game day. We got a little BLT. Maddie got a little turkey BLT.
Where did I get that
Fruit
from?
fruit cups. From we DoorDashed it from a deli.
Oh yeah, it was lit.
It was.
It was a kind of a glue. It was our first like cloudy game day. We got
Yes.
cute
It
outfits.
was also our first night game.
And it was so fun. It was
So
kind of it was a blessing that it was kind of just like Kelly and I there doing our thing because we were like, holy
Yeah.
shit, we're doing this on our own. We're taking it day by day. We just did it. And
We did, and it was
the
okay. So
Irish get rowdy for what
they
we
do.
didn't know where to go in the first
Yeah,
place.
we looked like idiots
We were
because we were
also-
walking through, and I'm like, oh my god, like is that the way to the stadium? Like, if we want to go tailgate, it's stadium lot over there, and they're like, the stadium's actually completely
the opposite way.
180 from that direction. I'm like,
We also were having some champagne in the morning, so we were kind of like the perfect bubbly drunk.
yes, little mimosa.
I wouldn't even say
everything.
drunk, like tipsy.
Yeah.
And we go to the bathroom in this building, and like we're clearly not at the tailgate spot. We're just like in the middle of the campus, and we like get up to leave the building, and like for some reason, we walk past the exit, and like we just go start. We thought the exit was, oh my god, I'm remembering so much now. We thought the exit was this other door. We
Yeah.
walk into the door. This woman's like, "Ladies,
like,
that's not the exit."
Like that's not open till 4. And
We're
it's
like-
like sacred.
Oh, we thought it was. Yeah, everything was sacred.
Great.
We thought it was open. The exit was directly to our left.
Yeah,
We
someone's
leave.
not as strong in directional sense.
Which is fine.
It's fine.
We found the
We have a friend
tailgates.
that is.
Totally.
She's really good at directions. She's one of those people that like you could like drive to like one deli one time on like the opposite side of town, and she'd be like, "I remember how to get there." I'm like,
Yeah.
How the hell
I
do
don't know
you
what it
do
is.
that?
I think it's like, I think that because I was the youngest, so I was just like in the back seat observing like what are those called? Like signs, like, oh, that tree. Like I was just like always been good at that. And anyways, we made our way to the
she's like,
tailgate
tree.
in the back of the car. I'm like, red tree, red tree, red tree. We get to the tailgate.
Yes, we get to the
You
tailgate.
need to sit this way next time because your eyes are wandering
It's
So
so
much.
hard not to look at every single person who's walking past right now. And like in my head too, I'm like, all right, like what's their name? Like Marty
you're
Mush.
closing yourself.
Yeah. Sorry.
We got to the tailgate.
Also, I'm distracted by that, and then I look this way, and then I keep seeing my ankle, and I'm like,
It's okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Fifth time we get to the tailgate, and it's really fun. It was called the Stadium Lot. So like how they do it is like each pole is where you tailgate. So it's like pole 3 tailgate, pole 21 tailgate, and we met up with some peeps. We were getting active. We did an ice luge, which I've never done before. It went
Yeah.
all over my
she
sweatshirt.
literally had this, like, we both did, but she was wearing a green sweatshirt, and I was wearing a navy sweatshirt, so it looked much more
It
prominent.
literally looked like I'd throw a mark.
She had just like a circle here that like did not go away, and even once it dried, it like stained in a ring, so it just looked like really silly the entire time. And we're here in this tailgate in Stadium Lot, and it was like right in the center of it all. So like bombardment was an understatement. Like we were walking.
We
10
also kept like walking in the middle of the street, not realizing.
Yeah.
We had had no sense of direction.
Yeah, and also like highlighter head over here. Like obviously you're gonna see
Yeah,
her.
but then what happened? I put my hat on.
Then we were like, we met this fancy lad named Grom, and he had this cute little flat hat,
Yes.
as it's called.
Which you guys have seen. I put this hat on. They're like, oh no, they're like, put this hat on. Like no one will recognize you as much because we were trying to go to the bathroom. In this
Like,
process,
let me tell you, some people are trying to go to the bathroom in our group, and they had to go so bad. They're limping.
yeah,
They're limping because their bladder is being pushed on. It's like
it was
literally
crazy.
dragging. I'm like, what?
Really?
I couldn't take anything seriously at this
We're-
point.
yeah.
Like, Maddie's in a hat. This kid's limping because he had to pee so bad.
We
I'm
were
like,
so giggly.
I was
We were
so giggly.
literally so giggly. So we ended up splitting from the group, and I'm in this hat, and I'm like, oh yeah, no one's gonna recognize me. I get recognized 10 times more.
Yeah.
The amount of people that recognize me in the hat more. It was
And I literally,
insane.
I asked him, I'm like, I gotta ask. Like, we thought this hat was gonna be the ultimate disguise. Also, to like, take a note, like, Maddie has like a very teensy little baby head filled with power, but
You guys
little baby
know.
head. But the hat wouldn't fit her unless she
I had my
a
bun.
on. So like, her whole hair had
So
to
I
be
literally
in
looked
the
like an
hat.
Irish, so I had like insert
Yes.
pics.
And from like the side, like it literally looks like like those people in Madison that wear like the cheese heads. Like she looks like a little like cheese.
It was literally the most insane thing ever, and I
Yeah.
was like, we were just in such giggly moods, and it was honestly really fun.
Remember when I asked that girl and I was like, "How did you recognize her?" And they're like, "She gives an aura."
Oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, that,
I was like,
uh,
"Hell yeah,
like,
she gives an
really
aura."
does, my
And then
aura.
a salad aura. I don't know why that like really stunned me. Like I didn't know what like expect. I was gonna think maybe she thought like, oh, because I saw like a 5'9" girl and a
like she
hat.
probably like, truth be told, just said that because like there was like a crowd of people around me. Like I doubt she actually like felt an aura. Kelly's like, did you guys know? Okay, fast forward, we like go into those like academic buildings to go to the bathroom.
The business building. I think we were in
I
our
think it
student
was the-
enhancement. Or
It was crazy. We were in this. We found gyms. They take us to like the downstairs depths bathroom. We're literally going pee in this giggly mood.
finally are getting there. Like it took us like just to get to the bathroom took us like a complete hour. Couldn't find it. Stopped.
I don't think it was an hour.
It was a
Well, I guess
Since
because
the start
from
of
the start,
excursion?
yeah, from the hat,
Yeah.
I guess you're right. So we get in. We're going taking a piss. Kelly's just taking a piss. We hear. And he's like, open up, it's the police.
I'm like, of course, like I'm also like the freaker outer, and I'm like, Maddie, what? I'm like trying to pull up my pants, and like she's like, Kelly, like it's okay, and I'm like, where are the police?
I was like, why the hell are the police here? Like, imagine if they like, I had no clue. I knew it wasn't
didn't
going to be
know.
anything
Yeah.
bad. We open up and he's like, hey, we're just clearing out the building. And it was fine. This starts the fucking trajectory of the night going real south real quick because way all of a sudden so now it's dark out because it's 4 p.m. and it gets dark at that time.
like dark.
We're taking like 2 seconds and we're trying to figure out because
Dark, cold.
yep.
It's cold. This is our first like cold night.
Our kid. It was our first cold night. So we meet up with a group, and our group, Ben and Josh, are like, we need to return the cameras back to the car.
You can't bring cameras into the stadium.
We-
Sophia.
Do this whole thing, key swap. Ben, me, Kelly, our good pal,
Mark and Jordan.
Mike and Jordan, go get food. Josh and Ben go to the car. We sit down for dinner. We get a text and a call. Do you guys have the keys? Mark's like, I gave the keys to Ben. Ben's like, I don't have the keys. The keys to the rental car are lost. We don't know where they are. I have never had any keys
Yeah,
because they're smart enough to not give me permission of that.
They would never even put the keys in my vicinity. And now, like, Josh and Ben, like, to walk to the car was like a mile. So now they're like, okay, like, don't move from where you guys are. Stay dinner. They're like, we're going to go walk back and look for the keys.
They looked everywhere. They ended up meeting us at dinner.
After we were like, should we go and look for the keys? And they're like, no, like, it's pitch black out. People are kicking leaves. Like,
game's about to start. Like, we were all over the place. Didn't know what to do.
Now at this point, the rental car's like, we don't have any spare keys. So now we have
to get it towed.
They have to get it towed. And Ben had to wait there for 4 hours for the car to come while we're inside the game. Like, it was just
crazy.
like,
but in the middle of us going to the game, we also went to the bookstore to get extra layers.
yes, and we go to the bookstore to get extra layers because it was freezing outside. And one of our friends that we were with
was being really picky.
He was deciding to be really picky, and he's like, I'm not feeling this one.
He was like, I don't like this patch. He also, granted, was being so valid. Like, we were trying to find him like a nice jacket to keep him warm, but like he was like, I'm never gonna wear this again, and it's $100.
We're literally pulling out, like, I think it was like a woman's Patagonia. I'm like, what about this? And then it was like too tight on his arms, and like it was like, honestly, like it was just one of those things, like, you know, when you're just like with your friends and you spent the whole day together and you're just,
everything was fun.
Everything was funny, and like I was just dying laughing. Also, what killed me was when we went to this restaurant. First of all, it was the second restaurant we'd been to in South Bend that ran out of Guinness.
Yeah.
How does that happen in
Ireland? What the hell is that about, guys? All I want, then I had to get a margarita.
Yeah, so the closest thing to Ireland, and you run out of Guinness. I didn't even know that was possible.
It was literally crazy. Yeah, because on Friday we ended up being like, oh, let's go get a Caesar salad here. Stayed there for 6 hours.
Classic. 2 Guinnesses. Then they ran out.
Jim's bought us a Guinness and they ran out.
But I wanted to bring this up from dinner too.
Kelly thinks this is insane.
This is insane, but I have told like my family and some of my other friends this, and like no one thought it was as insane. But like, I still think it's insane. Like, so we've been drinking.
Not bad.
We'd been drinking, okay, since like 1 to now at this point it's like 6:30. Maddie ordered a bowl of chili for dinner. When meanwhile, like we're eating this bowl of chili or dinner, and then we're going back into the game and drinking more throughout the night, and just like a bowl of chili.
One of the heartiest meals you can order, kids. Like kept me going for the whole night. She's like, a bowl of chili. I'm like, it's literally good. And it's healthy. And
to put it
was considered an appetizer, so I was saving a bang for my buck. And she's like, and then we started drinking more. It was really
I don't know why it like really threw me. Like I love
Meanwhile,
chili.
this woman ordered a fucking thing called like the Patty McGillicuddy, and it was like a fucking burger meat on sourdough bread.
Yeah, with Fontana sauce. But anyway, I just thought the chili thing was really crazy.
So we go to the
because
game.
Someone knows a thing or two about gas, but
because you thought it was gonna make me fart.
Yeah, but it really didn't.
Oh well, you'll see in the fucking Notre Dame vlog. I literally farted, like, I really let him rip. I let him rip 4 in a row. Ben's like, I think you need to go to the bathroom.
He's like, you farted 4 times in the last 5 minutes, and I think you're going to need to go to the bathroom.
Like, that's really embarrassing. I just waved at KFC, everybody, while we're talking about farts. What'd you talk about today? Oh, I'm talking about how my fucking friend in the room said, you need to go to the bathroom because you farted so much and they stunk. Okay, moving on. The game was really cool.
The game was cool. And, like, seeing Touchdown Jesus, like, from that standpoint, like, when we saw him in the stadium, I was like, shit, that's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
I was like, the dart game was just cool. And, like, this was also, I think besides maybe Virginia Tech, this was, like, the only game we went to that won. Michigan lost. Yeah. Was after Michigan.
Well, Texas OU was different.
Yeah, but that wasn't, like, that wasn't someone, like, we were just there. Like, it wasn't someone's school. We went horns, but, like...
Regardless, they won and it was great.
And it was hype. And then also Bon Jovi was there.
Oh, yeah, that was really cool. We stayed for the halftime show.
Yes, and that was, like, definitely, like, one of my favorite parts. Like, Bon Jovi's there, first of all. Smash.
Yeah, he's really good looking. And I know Jake Bon Jovi, who's now married to Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes, which is sick. But they're playing like "Shock to the Heart" and you're too, and like this marching.
The marching band's doing.
Yes, and there's like 300 of them out there. They literally make a heart, and then they have an arrow going through it, like with like the people are making a heart and like an arrow, and it's going into it, and it was just like
it's cool. And then Kelly's like, Imagine you out there.
Yeah, I was just
Now, like, we're giggling about me being in the marching
because
band.
like she was in that hat, and now I'm like picturing her in one of like in like the whole marching band uniform, and like it was just like cracking me up. But also too because like it's such her vibe. Like they're literally like this one just in marching band. This was like an Irish marching band. They're like kicking and like doing like all these things out there, and I'm like picturing her like little lanky body out there. Like
I could never do it.
It was just no. I couldn't multitask and do those steps and remember all that. I don't know. I was like, which instrument do you think you'd play? And you were like, did you say
Did I say? No, I think I said I'd be one of the guys in the front with
Oh, yeah. You were going to be the one with the cape.
Next thing you know, we leave. We get an Uber to.
We got a pedicab.
Oh my God, we took the same things that we took at now Penn State and Michigan. We got in one of those, and it was great. Took us.
They were called different things at each. It was like called like a boober. Okay, it was just never mind. It was just.
We just got everything. We just got everybody in this thing. We went to the local bar. We thought it was gonna be a chill bar.
Also, morale was like a little bit low, so like we were like, let's just get in this and let's go. Like so we're like, let's go
we
crazy.
get there, and this bar ended up being. We're like, oh, let's go see.
Linebacker.
There's a $20 cover, and like Kelly and I get recognized in 1.2 seconds. So we kind of, and like at this point we're so peopled out. We were like, maybe let's just
like we just wanted like a moment. Like we just wanted to like, not that we didn't want to talk to other people, but like we wanted to like chill. Like
it's all about taking a deep breath.
Yeah. And then. So we go to the liquor store next.
Oh yeah, we go to the liquor store. We get in there. We're like, you know what? Let's just go back to the hotel. And like whatever our minds are thinking was like, I guess we have to go back to the hotel and get fucking blasted. We got like 3 cases of things and another case of another thing.
Yeah.
And
twisted teas, like a whole lot of it.
And then we literally just ended up going back to the hotel, passing out, not even drinking it.
Yeah, no. It was like I do not know like what our mindset was. Like I don't know what we thought was gonna happen, but yeah, that didn't happen. Then because we also had to get up the next morning. Like my alarm was set for like 7 a.m.
Yes.
So like,
but this is a really funny part about how it kind of. I'm gonna loop back now. So we get back to the hotel. We're done for the night. Ben, who, mind you, has been waiting for the tow truck to come for the car for 4 hours.
We
was
went
waiting
into
for
the game,
us.
came back from the game, went to the bar.
Like, since the last time we spoke about him, he's been waiting. We're walking into the hotel. Someone comes out of the bushes.
Who was out of the woodwork?
He's like, "Oh wow, that was crazy." We're like, "Ben, what?" He's like, "My phone died. I just walked home." He walked home from campus, and we were like at least 2 miles away.
Holiday Inn, yes, and like I have no idea how he made it.
His phone was dead and he made it back by
like
memory.
this is like a place he's never been before. Okay, like we probably drove down that road maybe twice. Like
I think I could have done it. Kelly definitely could.
I think I would have. You would have never seen me yet.
So that was really funny. And then we saw Eric again, the front desk man.
He was
That's
like,
my second time.
Last night when I saw you girls, like he was like, you weren't talking much, and or like, what was he saying? Like he was just like, your eyes.
He was just implying
were
that we were fucking messed up.
like, okay, Eric.
Well, I'm like, Eric, you're the one working the night shift at the college football hotel. I don't get it.
And did he care? He never been to a game.
He didn't really care about football.
Yeah, he didn't.
So
Remember he showed us his boyfriend. He was on FaceTime with him, and he was like, "Did you just bark?" And then he like pulls up his boyfriend on the screen, and like it just cracked. It was just really really random. Sorry, my bad.
So then South Bend comes to an end, and we had to wake up the next morning. And we go to the South Bend airport, which is really nice. It was really close. And we had a one-way ticket fucking home to LaGuardia.
Yeah. Oh, and then we were like in 38C, which was like the last.
The literal last row. We're literally sitting upright.
Yeah, and like literally, like since you can't like recline your seat, and not that like like I'm not one to like recline my seat because like I get nervous about the people behind me, but that's like a me thing. But like this one, like it's not even like at a slight.
You can't even because the wall's behind you.
Literally straight up like this,
The
like
bathroom.
straight up like this. And then remember the flight attendant? She pulls out her seat, so I'm like in the aisle, and
It was one of those mini planes. It was only 2 on one end and 2 on the other.
and then she pulls down her seat, and she's right next to me, and it felt like our arms were like interlocked. Like remember how close she was?
She literally
I'm, like,
was
trying
so
to get
close.
Maddie's attention. I'm like.
She did get my attention, and then I peer around the corner, make eye contact with the flight attendant. I'm like, great. So then we landed, and that was our last stop. We might have one more stop added, but we don't know.
But we don't know. But
we're so grateful for it all. It's been really
Yeah.
crazy. And talk about bonding and talk about how
Yeah.
like Kelly and I are so used to it because we obviously travel for lacrosse together and like we owned the bottom floor of our house together. But it's
We
been
owned it.
literally crazy. There were some tough times in there between
for sure.
surviving or like the Seattle live show
Yeah.
that was connected to it, the Michigan or Auburn. It was all
It was
crazy.
a lot of fuck.
And we're excited to keep this podcast
Yeah.
going, even though the tour's ending. That doesn't mean the podcast
Yeah.
is going to stop. A
I
lot of people
know.
are like, what are you guys going to talk about? And we're like, we're going to define the slot. We're going to talk about whatever we want. We're
Show
going
up
to touch on it in the
Show up
beginning.
to find out, yeah.
Yeah, show up to find
Show
out.
up to find out. Also, too, like, I just want to say that, like, if you do want, like, a little insight of, like, what college you want to go to if you're, like, deciding on college, just, like, check out those vlogs.
Oh, yeah, go check out on MoveTube. Subscribe.
Check out those little movies because I really do think they embody it. Because, like, I said this to Maddie, but, like, every school is so different. And I, like, although, like, people might have similar, like, I understand how, like, people who went to big college football schools would probably relate better than to how me and Maddie went to, like, a smaller school like Marist. But, like, each school is so different and so unique and has so many advantageous things, like, for each, like, area they're in or the atmosphere or the amenities that they have. Like, I don't know. It's just, like,
Yeah, it's a really good insight. And I think going into the store, we wanted to make these little mini movies kind of documenting our experiences and our time, almost like the I'm Schmacked sort of vibe.
yeah.
But it was a little hard because of, getting the resources and stuff. And I think the team that came all along with us along the way, we're so grateful for. And it wasn't always guaranteed who we were getting and what we were doing. And going into it, we knew that Michigan was going to be way different than the Notre Dame stop. So, like, we've just learned and adapted. And now it's literally going to be Thanksgiving. And we're going to keep this up. I'm definitely going to go home for a little bit. But, like, we'll probably maybe do it from our homes and just take it day by day, but this is only the beginning. We like to define the slot in many different ways, and we're gonna look back at this and be like, remember we were in the radio room? They're gonna have our own studio, kids. You heard it here first.
I remember.
Oh, and now we're gonna have to do our rapid fire questions. Sorry, are we good on time, Peyton? Okay.
They do just want you guys to be in an out of order sketch, so maybe just this last part.
All right, so if
Okay.
you just do like two
No worries,
questions,
though.
we could just do two and save the rest.
Whole squad tonight. Okay, wait. I think we can pound out the.
Pound out. I think we can pound them out. Damn! Whoop! Look at you. Okay, you want me to go first?
Sorry. Yeah, you ask first.
Okay.
30-second timer. It's time for rapid fire questions. I forget what it is. Fuck every. It's rapid fire time. Go. Wait, let me
go.
get the timer. Do you have the timer?
Okay. What is one kind thing you do for yourself during the week?
Kind thing. Sleep in. Journal. Maybe have a wine glass at the end of the night.
Just a wine glass.
I try to take like one day off of posting and like not really post or post one video.
I like that.
Look in the mirror and say, I love you.
I love you, more bad.
Boom. Rapid fire.
All right. Next.
I got my timer. I hate that noise.
When you say that,
Okay.
you know it makes me want to do it 3 times more.
Okay. What did you learn the most from this college tour?
I think I learned the most, like, how to appreciate my surroundings and where I'm in, and like how to, like, or at least try to pay attention to as much detail. And I really tried to take in all the beauty around me. But I think I also learned how to, like, push through the exhaustion sometimes, and like even though I'm tired or it felt hard, like, to, like, appreciate where I was and when.
Boom.
Boom.
30. 30 beaches. 30 and flirty. You know you have 30 minutes.
30. 30. Okay. What animal at home do you miss the most and why?
My dog Fergus is my favorite. Cause perfect Fergus. Yeah, because he's perfect like Fergus. I think that's mainly the one. Philo I love, but I clearly like Fergus better.
Why Fergus? He's just like...
Because strictly because when I had COVID my freshman year and came home, he was still a little puppy, and I had to like quarantine in my room for a week. And every morning he would come right in my bed and say, "Widow puppy," and he didn't care that I was sick, and he loved me.
I
So we have a bond forever like that. And I came up with the name Fergus.
Perfect like Fergus. I even say that, and I've never even. I met him once, I think.
Wait, this is really funny because my question is, what would you name a dog if you had to have one?
Dang, put me on the spot like that. Okay. Maybe like my mom's maiden name, like Gately, but I also kind of want to name my kid that, so I don't know. But like one of my friends' name's Paul, and like I kind of think like the person names are like funny. But
Like
then,
Paul the dog?
yeah, but I would also like love to like be like, come here, G, like come here, little Geeches, like like a Geech. Maybe name him Geech.
Geech?
Yeah, that's
What
like
was
an
the first
Italian
name?
slang, like Geech.
Oh.
Yo, Geech, come over here,
Peaches
Geech.
sounds a lot like peaches.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't copy Peaches. Maybe Geeches. I don't know. Yeah. I guess I gotta put some more thought into that, but 30 seconds is up. Okay. What is your favorite part of your makeup routine?
I think my favorite part about my makeup routine, maybe either the skincare prep before, I guess that's skincare, makeup wise, bronzing. I love a bronzer and a blush. Okay, now I've said 4 things.
Yeah, pick one.
Concealer.
Concealer. Oh,
I like looking awake.
Oh, do you
It
like?
used to be my eyelash curler, but then I got my lash lift and tint.
You don't need that no more.
No more.
Wait, that really cracked me up because you were like, that's 30 by the way, but that cracked me up because you were like, yeah, I guess my skincare. Wait, I guess that's skincare, not makeup.
Okay. Can you make a 2024/2025 fashion trend prediction? Go.
Okay.
The fashionista.
Oh my. Okay. Prediction. Nowhere.
12 seconds down.
I know. Fudge. I don't.
Come on, like for the winter.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that big scarves are gonna be in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, like I think like a big scarf, like plaid, maybe like a little fluff on it. Like I think that's gonna be a big thing, especially because I think it's gonna be really cold
Done.
this winter. Okay. Ooh. Ready?
Yep.
What is something that makes you feel confident?
I think getting ready for a good old night out makes you feel confident. Classic, like nothing like getting ready and you're like, ooh, I look good. I think like, I don't know. Honestly, a good sweat set. Like I walked in today in this sweat set and I was like, I feel good. I think maybe like outfits, clothing makes you feel confident, but also like just knowing that I'm living my true authentic self makes me feel confident every day because I know I'm being me.
Love that. Love that.
Thanks,
Be
yeah.
true to yourself, yo.
Okay. Second to last question. What's one goal you have for in the slot / movie brand / Kelly Smelly brand in 2025?
I guess one. Wait, sorry, you said one goal.
Yeah.
I
It can be about like just all of us, like all of this.
Okay, I really want us to find a sense of consistency within like what we talk about. So like I know you kind of touched upon it today, but like I would love to like come in here and like have like just a little bit more structure and like what we're talking about and stuff. And I think also too, like we talked about this, but like having that like sense of fulfillment, like we're doing this for ourselves, but like finding a way that like an alternative, like we can provide entertainment while also giving back. Like I think that
Yes.
is like big for me. So.
Wait until we start our TED talk, our slot talks.
Don't you
Slot
worry.
talks.
Slut talk.
SLOTALKS. Okay.
Slut talk.
Last question.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, you have to ask
it's
me
my
one.
question.
Is it the last one?
Yes.
Then I have to do one.
What is your favorite song at the moment? Or maybe it doesn't have to be your like favorite, but just like what is your song that's streaming right now?
Favorite song at the moment?
Yeah.
Probably that song Famous we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. That one's good.
Or honestly, It's Okay, I'm Okay by Tate McRae I've been spamming. Or
You a big Tate McRae?
I like Tate McRae. I don't know. Fisher just came out with a new song.
Oh, I didn't listen to it. Did he listen to
I
it?
think the famous one probably.
Yeah. She put me on that one. It's good. She puts me on a lot of this
McDermott. Anyways, okay. Last question. What slot are you in right now?
I think I'm quite literally in the slot right now. No, the slot that I'm in right now is I'm in the productive slot. Today was a very productive day. I want to get after the day today. We had things on our to-do list, things that I had to get done, and that's the kind of slot I'm in. I'm in the slot of do, slot of you.
And it's slaughter, and she had a slaughter day Sunday.
Yeah, I did. I slotted up a lot.
And that was our rapid fire question that we're going to do at the end of every episode. We love you guys. That's Inside the Slot episode 5? 4? We're getting somewhere. 5. 5 is huge. Just wait until we get to the double digits.
And like that, celebrate those
And that's called
things.
consistency, honestly, because you got to start somewhere. Thanks, guys. We love you. Like,
Yes.
subscribe. Tune into this.
Smash that blue button green.
Tune into the Slot
Yeah.
Weekly.
Jump in the slot head first.
And we're kind on this podcast.
Yeah.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.